Back in 2003, Nokia launched what is probably the most obscure console I own, the N-Gage. Originally released in October 2003, the N-Gage was an attempt at a mobile phone games console hybrid, and it was kind of terrible, but also sort of brilliant at the same time.
If you're ready for an intense mobile gaming experience, Nokia's N-Gage is for you. Whether you're playing alone or with friends, the N-Gage game deck brings the latest titles and the newest technology into the palm of your hands.
It only ever sold 3 million units, and I came to the party pretty late in its run. I remember all the press when it first came out, Nokia raving about this being the machine that you had to own. You could say goodbye to your flip phone and your Game Boy, all you needed was one of these bad boys. Back in a time before smartphones, the idea of having a games console and a phone in one device was incredible. It was fantastic.
Enter Nokia's newest hybrid device, the N-Gage. Gaming while you're on the phone. And we're not talking crappy games. Tomb Raider here in all its juggolicious graphic glory.
But little did I realise at the time that this guy was a massive, massive flop. When the system first launched, the Game Boy Advance was outselling it 100 to 1. Nokia clearly had very high hopes for this little bit of kit, and they were clearly very, very wrong.
This is the Nokia N-Gage. It combined a handheld gaming console with a phone. It was a really great piece of technology. The problem was it was poorly designed.
But why? Why was the N-Gage such a bad machine? Where do I begin? Graphically, for the time, it was pretty well advanced. And I remember thinking the graphics were out of this world. They were great. It was kind of a hybrid of Game Boy Advance meets PlayStation 1. And the fact that it was a phone as well made it that little bit more exciting. Where Nokia went hideously wrong with this thing, however, was in its execution. It was just... It was so badly done. The buttons just feel spongy and a bit gross. The D-pad we shall not speak of. And these short keys on the front of the machine? Why? Seriously, why?
For something that they're trying to pitch as a game system, it just doesn't seem very convenient to actually play the games on it.
On one hand, all the marketing was saying it's portable, it's lightweight, it's 2-in-1, it's a phone and a console. On the other hand, you pick it up, you turn it on, and you realise you've entered a world of pain. That's not even beginning to mention the console's biggest fault. Say you're out and about with your friends in, I don't know, like Woolworths. That's early noughties, right? And you're getting bored of the game you've already got in your machine. To change the game, you take the back off the machine, you take the battery out, which doesn't even fucking work half the time. You then press on a little tab to slide the cartridge out, at which point you do the reverse to get your new game back in, as if the case goes back on the bloody thing. And now you're thinking, brilliant, that's great, I can just turn the machine on and boot the game out. Oh no, the pain does not stop there, my friends. It does not stop there. When you turn it on, you need to reset the whole bloody menu system. Who the f*** thought that was a good idea? Honestly. I don't, it angers me. It angers me so much. And yes, I do know they released a revised version a few years later that fixed that problem. It put a cartridge slot in the side of the console.
Smaller than its older sibling, it's also got some major design changes.
If I wanted to make a phone call, it was like holding a Taco Bell taco up to my head. This time around, it actually works like a real cell phone, and you talk like this.
But by that point, everyone had switched off and got themselves a DS, which had just been released. Which honestly, I think is a bit of a shame. I know I've been a little bit harsh on this guy, but genuinely, for the time it was out, it was a pretty groundbreaking machine. The idea of being able to make text and calls and play games on the go is something we all know and love today. And this little device kind of paved the way for that to happen. It just did it in a terrible, terrible way. What about you, humble viewer? What did you make of the Nokia N-Gage? Do you think it deserved more, or do you think its flop was justified? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like this, please don't forget to click thumbs up and hit subscribe for more. It really, really helps me out. And if you want to watch more from me, you can do so by clicking the links on screen now. I make videos about all things nerd culture. There's bound to be some you'll enjoy. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye.